Animal Road Crossings Solutions, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to protect both travelers and local wild animal populations by finding innovative solutions in preventing animal and vehicle collisions. They accomplish this goal by helping local groups secure funding through the Wildlife Crossings Pilot Program. This grant program enables important work such as improving habitat connectivity in areas bisected by roads and supports the creation of wildlife corridors and crossing, which reweave habitats disrupted by transportation infrastructure, allowing animals to safely navigate their natural landscapes. This video aims to showcase the positive impact of this grant program and inspire other communities to invest in sustainable and innovative solutions for coexistence with nature. Stay tuned to hear from a key stakeholder involved in this project and to learn how they are able to help different organizations secure their funding.
My name is Renee Callahan. I'm the Executive Director at ARC Solutions. For those who are not familiar with ARC, we're a nonprofit partnership seeking to ensure that wildlife crossings are built wherever they're needed, with a focus on advancing innovation in their placement, construction, and design. You can learn more about ARC Solutions at arc-solutions.org. So as a nonprofit partnership, ARC has assisted an array of agencies, local communities, tribes, and other organizations in navigating the funding puzzle that is the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, or the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, as it's also known. And I think the common thread through all these projects that ARC has supported is the inclusion of solutions aimed at reducing wildlife vehicle collisions and or improving habitat connectivity across areas that have been bisected by roads. ARC's engagement has really run the gamut. In some cases, we have done something as simple as providing a letter of support of a particular proposal. And then in other cases, we've actually assisted in drafting a proposal really from the beginnings of fleshing out what the project would entail, all the way through the final submission of the application. One of the other things that we have done is that we've raised awareness about some of the available funding sources through what we call strategic funding sessions. And really the goal of that is to learn more about the project that the entity is interested in submitting, and then looking at how we might best match that project to some of the funding programs, really with the goal ultimately of attaining conservation at scale. Probably one of my first recommendations would be to get started early. In order to apply for many of these programs, you have to be registered with grants.gov. You also have to register what they call the SAM system. And so those getting registered through those governmental portals can take a little bit of time, several weeks. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that at the last minute. I think one of the other things that can be really useful is you want to reach out to your potential partners and other interested stakeholders early. You want to figure out who might be able to contribute to your project, perhaps in terms of a letter of support. And so a lot of times, at least with some of our nonprofit partners, this is something that they are able to help with, obtaining those letters of support from others within sister agencies and others within your state and community. I think it's also really clear, I know this sounds like sort of a basic point, but having a really sort of crystal clear vision of what your project entails, whether there are particular phases, what the timing looks like, obviously getting the budget right, and having a clear vision of the benefits of that project and being able to describe those benefits across the board is really helpful. And then the last thing I would say is many of the programs do require a state or local match. It can be up to 20%. Sometimes it's even more, sometimes it's less, but roughly 20%. And so that is one of the things you want to to really start staking out early on is how are you gonna get your match on and have your money lined up when you're ready to press submit on your proposal. This comes back to this idea of having a project that really aligns well with the selection criteria of the particular grant program. And I know that sounds relatively simple, but at the same time, it's often the case that you may have more than one project, and you may have different grant programs have different selection criteria. So one of the things that we always try to do is to basically make sure that we are taking the merits of each particular proposal and crosswalking them against what the particular discretionary grant program is looking for, and then trying to find the best match for that particular grant, so that you're throwing your hat in the ring where you're going to have the greatest opportunity for success.